United Nations Security Council is convened in emergency session in New York, and the members vote to send troops into combat to help defend the independence and sovereignty of South Korea. In December 1950, the Red Chinese intervene on the side of North Korea. For 2.5 years, the UN and communist troops fight and fall in Korea. The United Nations forces hold, and in July 1953 at Panmunjom, an armistice is signed, fixing boundary lines much as they were when the invasion began. General William Harrison signs for the United Nations. General Nam Il accepts the agreement for North Korea.
We just got finished a tour of the joint security area, and take a look at the ID card that they made me wear. They brought us right down to literally the line which is right at the border of North and South Korea. They were very, very strict about not letting us film or take pictures, but you know how we do. We managed to do that anyways. So we'll give you a little bit of a look of some of the stuff that we saw right there at the JSA.
Oh, you know, I'll give you more. I think she said right.
Oh, okay. Hello there everyone, welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Friday, March the 8th, 2013. And what you've just seen there are some clips from when I visited the border of North Korea and South Korea at the DMZ, the Demilitarized Zone, which is located within their joint security area. Now the DMZ just so happens to be the most militarized border in the entire world. And certainly the whole world is paying very close attention to that region right now because of the tensions that have been escalating there. Now, it's no secret that this has been going on for decades now. Tensions have been escalating between the two for many decades. And when you add the United States and China into the mix, well, you have the makings for an all-out war should anything go down there. That's nothing new either. But what is new is the talk of a preemptive strike by launching a nuke into the United States from the young 28-year-old dictator from North Korea. Now this all comes in response to the sanctions that have been placed on him from the United Nations, and a lot of analysts are suggesting that they don't even possess the capability of launching a nuke into the US. Even if they did, you know, the US would be able to shoot it down. But however, it does look like they have the ability to attack South Korea, which as we all know is allied with the United States. So no doubt if anything gets triggered over there, especially against South Korea or the United States, or anyone from that matter from North Korea, this certainly could spark a global reaction to such an attack. So, obviously, this is something we're going to be paying very close attention to. It's quite laughable, really, that last week all the talk on North Korea was about the visit by Dennis Rodman, as if he's supposed to be playing the role of some sort of diplomat from the United States. But as we all know, that's all just a show for the media. It's like smoke and mirrors. Meanwhile, the real fact of the matter is tensions are seriously escalating there. This threat is not to be taken lightly from the young dictator from North Korea. And so certainly some wild times we're living in. We're going to have to pay very close attention to this one. But here is a clip recently from ABC News, which outlines the recent reaction from the leader Kim Jong-un and his response to the new sanctions being placed on him from the United Nations.
Thousands upon thousands of North Koreans rallied today around a North Korean general delivering that stunning threat. A first-strike nuclear attack with a vow to engulf Washington, D.C. in a sea of fire.
They're threatening a nuclear preemptive attack. Never done that before.
The young North Korean dictator, despite the diversion of Dennis Rodman's visit, now lashing out against the U.S. and South Korean military exercises and today's new stiff UN sanctions. Analysts say North Korea is still years away from perfecting a nuclear weapon, but they are getting closer all the time.
The threat of a preemptive strike on the United States, even if that's not possible now, is terrifying.
You have to take this seriously.
North Korea does not yet have a missile capable of hitting the continental U.S., but America has satellites in space, radars at sea and on the ground, designed to detect a missile launch. Then dozens of intercepting missiles could be fired from California or Alaska to take out enemy missiles, even nuclear ones, before they reach America. But the system is far from foolproof. However, the most immediate threat tonight from North Korea is far more conventional. They could fire on South Korea, America's ally, like they've done before.
This is how wars start. Threats become maneuvers, become exchanges, are met with retaliation. Pretty soon you have World War I or Vietnam.
Well, indeed, Vietnam, World War I, and all previous wars for that matter, have had their triggering moments which have generated that global reaction, a global response. And so now the question is, are we currently living in similar times? Could these United Nations sanctions trigger a launch of nukes into the United States or South Korea? Or is this all pure rhetoric coming from the young 28-year-old dictator of North Korea? Certainly interesting times that we are living in, certainly something we're going to have to continue to pay very close attention to. Anyways, folks, that is all for me for today. I want to thank you for tuning in once again, and I'll see everyone right back here on Monday at pressfortruth.tv.